What's up, mixing company? Welcome to our first video. This is going to be how to get the perfect lead vocal every time. Let's get into it.
First thing you're going to want to do is set your preamp to the desired level. Normally what I would do is have the artist do a couple test runs through the song, see what levels we're hitting. Sometimes they may have to go down, sometimes they may have to go up.
After you guys get your preamp set up, if you guys are using an outboard compressor like I am, that's going to affect how much signal is going into your DAW as well. So you're going to want to make sure on your compressor that you're knocking off about 1 to 3 dB of gain reduction. And on my specific compressor, you can actually use the makeup gain to make up that gain, and you don't have to do it in the DAW. Let's record some signal, send it to the DAW. I'll show you guys what levels we're going to be hitting in Pro Tools, and then we can see how it sounds.
You're going to want your artist coming in around -10, -8 decibels. You want to make sure that everything's staying in the green. You could do that by pulling up the mixer in Pro Tools and checking the meters. You're always going to want to make sure you're not recording the artist too hot. It's always better to have a lower volume than a higher volume in case you want to bring it up in the mix. You never want to be clipping or distorting, so make sure your volumes are all good.
We want everything going perfectly into the green before we get to the mastering stage. And listen, we're still far from it. Obviously, it's not a perfect mix yet. Always work on it and always make it better, because all we're trying to do here is get the lead vocal sitting exactly where we want it in the beat. Keep in mind, we're using a 2-track beat, so I don't have beat stems. And we're going to do a video on how to get your vocal to sit right in a 2-track as well. For now, we are just concerned with getting that main vocal sitting nice, crispy, perfectly in the mix. So every vocal is going to be different depending on the type of instrumental you're using, the type of genre it is. For example, this one's more pop punk style. Hip hop's going to be different. Country's going to be different. If you listen to the beat, very bass and kick and snare driven. So there's not a whole lot of instruments going on in the verse. Let's hear it when it comes to the chorus. There's a few other elements in the chorus that are being brought in. So that's going to change the way that we EQ the vocal. And you hear those other frequencies, you don't want them fighting against each other. You want them to mesh well and play well together. That's ultimately the goal. But it's better trying to weather the storm. See how that top end of the vocal is nice and crispy and sitting right above that melodic part in the beat?
Here we're going to be shaping out the vocal. I'm going to be sweeping for low frequencies, trying to find the boomy boxiness that I don't like. Normally around the 300 to 350 hertz range. Right here, I'll pull this down. Sounds much better to me. Trying to just clear up that vocal, give it some more space to sit in the mix. You never want to cut out too much of the lows or boost too much of the highs. When you start boosting a lot of the highs, it tends to get very tinny. Let's get started and show you some effects that we added on. We're going to be showing you the wet versus the dry vocal. Right here I'm adding the reverb and the delay. You can see it adds a little bit of depth and character to the song. That lead vocal sitting right in pocket exactly where we want it. Doesn't sound too harsh, doesn't sound too muddy. It's exactly where I'd want it. Next, what we could do is throw on the background, show you what the background sound like. In another video, we'll show you how to mix background vocals and harmonies. You hear how much more character it's being brought out after making sure everything's cleared up and has its own way to sit in the mix.
We want to show you the pre-mixed version versus the final product. Here's the unmixed version.
So damn good now. You're just so damn cold. Find a better way to keep myself warm.
You guys can hear that. After taking a listen to that, this is what the final is.
So damn good now. You're just so damn cold. Find a better way to keep myself warm. I've got a ways to go. But it's better trying to weather the storm. I can't explain what I'm feeling. Pain comes with the healing. Tell your lovers they'll be needing a coat, 'cause you.
Shout out Ian Matthew for letting us use his song for the video. Shout out Coop behind the camera, the other half of the mixing company. We'll see you guys soon.